Doesn't it feel great to be alive? What's up, baseball YouTube baseball fans? Hope all you guys are having a awesome Valentine's Day Eve and an amazing, lovely Friday. By the way, guys, happy, beloved, and awesome Friday. But also, guys, most importantly, happy baseball day, guys. And we're going to get into all of that on why today or tonight would be baseball day in a moment, guys. But I just got to say, it feels great to actually say that in this episode tonight, we are going to have a baseball game recap, guys. But before we can get into this baseball game recap, guys, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. All right, guys, so before we go in any further into tonight's episode, just a reminder, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and that like, and do not forget to subscribe if you are not a subscriber, guys. But other than that, guys, sorry about my hair, guys. Like, I had to shower for the second time today just to get my hair all right. And after the second shower, my hair still does not look the best. I don't like it, so if you guys like it, that's great. But anyway, guys, not only is today Friday, not only is today Valentine's Day Eve, but today is officially the beginning of the 2026 college baseball season. I know there are colleges that began their regular season before today, but it all goes official that we are now in 2026 college baseball, and we are going to take a particularly interest into one of the college games that happened actually just literally moments ago. It got wrapped up, and that is the Northern Colorado Bears taking on Wichita State. And we are going to go over the game highlights and the game recap all in just a little bit, guys. But I also wanted to remind you guys that we are 7 days away from the beginning of MLB spring training games. Literally 1 week from today, we are in 2026 MLB spring training baseball. And we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the episode. But let's get into the game highlights and the game recap. Okay, guys, so for the very first time in over a decade, college baseball opening day had these two teams meet again, and these two teams met literally for the very first time on opening day in over a decade. Like I said, it was between the Northern Colorado Bears and Wichita State, guys. Now, I just want to give you guys a little reminder that this game is a 4-game weekend series. There is a 7-inning doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow. However, the weather in Wichita tomorrow does not look so great, so we will have to play it by ear and see what happens in tomorrow's case. But yes, guys, Northern Colorado Bears, Wichita State meeting on opening day to kick off the 2026 NCAA college baseball season, guys. It actually started out very well for the Northern Colorado Bears, guys. Their very first leadoff hitter of the day would end up getting a leadoff double in the first inning. So if you thought that was even great, wait till it was the very next batter, bippity boppity boo, a single. The first two hitters in the game for the Northern Colorado Bears not only get two base hits, but they also get a run in at bippity boppity boo before anybody even could say the word hello. The Northern Colorado Bears were already up 1-0, and the Northern Colorado Bears would send 5 men to the plate in the top of the first inning, guys. But unfortunately, their lead would not last for long. Going to the bottom of the first, guys, it began off with a good start. The Northern Colorado starting pitcher was able to get the first 2 Wichita State batters out on a strikeout to kick off the bottom in the first, and a pop out to second base. Then it got interesting. Then it was a walk and a base hit, guys, on a wild pitch. That runner would come in and score, and we had a 1-1 ball game after 1 inning of play in Wichita. But guys, after the first inning, the Northern Colorado Bears batting went down and slowed down a lot, guys. The Northern Colorado Bears, guys, would not score in the second inning, but the bottom of the second inning was pure chaos, and Wichita State made it pure chaos, guys. Wichita State would send up 6 men to the plate in the bottom of the second. They would score 3 times, and they would make it a 4-1 ball game. And right at the beginning, as we thought the Northern Colorado Bears were actually going to make this thing interesting, bippity boppity boo, the momentum shift changed in the favor of Wichita State. A few innings later, guys, Wichita State would not just score, they would make it a 4-run inning, in case a 4-run 4th inning, guys. And literally 95% of this ball game was all Wichita State from the get-go. And the weather, you know what? I got to be honest with you guys. The Northern Colorado Bears, they had a really good start to this ball game. But the one thing I noticed really important is that Wichita State was not, they are not known as a power hitting team. Last year, Wichita State only had 35 home runs all season as a team. They were one of the lowest home running hitting teams in all of college baseball, guys. And yet tonight and today on their 2026 opening day and home opener, they would have a 4 home run bomber game, guys. And you know what? Anytime a team hits at least 4 home runs in one game, that team is definitely the favorite to win the game, guys. But the question is, despite hitting 4 long balls, would the Northern Colorado Bears be able to come back and make this game a little bit more interesting? Throughout the rest of the game, the Northern Colorado Bears had their opportunities at certain points of the game to score, and they really were not really that successful. And a matter of fact, guys, the top of the 9th inning, Northern Colorado was down 11-4, and this is really where Northern Colorado actually came into play, and they made the top of the 9th a little bit more interesting. And all that, they would lead it off with a walk. Next batter would put the ball in play, but reach on an E4. And right off the bat, guys, we had 2 men on for Northern Colorado with nobody out. So right when, Wichita State was all getting nice and comfortable, guys, Northern Colorado was making a little bit of noise in the top of the 9th inning. Their last chance to really get back in this ball game. And despite loading the bases and having 3 men on and only getting 1 hit and loading the bases, that's when literally the ball game even got a little bit more interesting. But you know what? Unfortunately, Northern Colorado was unable to score, guys. And on opening day for college baseball in 2026, guys, Wichita State wins the game by a final score of 11-4, guys. But the main issue that went wrong for the Northern Colorado Bears, surprisingly, was not their hitting. They actually out-hitted Wichita State in this ball game. The main problem was their pitching, guys. They gave up a little too many walks, guys. But, you know, the hitting was there. Northern Colorado, in my opinion, had a decent game of hitting. But, you know, to win a ball game, you also got to play really good defense. And just on a Friday afternoon and a Valentine's Day Eve in Wichita, Kansas, it was all Wichita State. And they bring the love to their home fans on a Valentine's Day Eve to win on their home opener and opening day, 11-4, the final score, guys. And it was definitely a great Valentine's Day Eve for everybody at Wichita that was a Wichita State baseball fan. It was a really rough day on Valentine's Day Eve for the Northern Colorado Bears, guys. But you know what? There is one thing that Northern Colorado Bears did right in the ballgame. And like I said a little bit ago, they actually out-hitted the Wichita State team. But Wichita State would have 4 long balls on a Valentine's Day Eve, guys. And the early love went to Wichita State, guys. So again, guys, Wichita State, they go 1-0 to kick off their 2026 regular season. Northern Colorado goes 0-1. And you know what, guys? Just not a good Valentine's Day Eve for Northern Colorado, guys. But the pitching, you know what? The starting pitching in this game for both teams was ideally similar in a way. And then the bullpen for Wichita State, that was one of the reasons Wichita State ended up winning, guys. They actually had their bullpen. Northern Colorado, though, if I may talk about Northern Colorado's bullpen, it really wasn't that bad. They really have nothing to be ashamed about. But the hitting, just, really, to go to the top of the ninth, you're down 11-4, you load the bases, and you don't even get one run in. You see, that right there is a major rough one. And, especially when that was your last chance to really make this game a little bit more interesting. And, I really thought that Northern Colorado was going to be able to score, make the ball game a little bit more interesting. But unfortunately, Wichita State, they were able to hold them down and pick up the victory on the home opener. All right, baseball fans, so like I said, tomorrow is a doubleheader for the Northern Colorado Bears versus Wichita State. However, there is basically one thing you guys should know, and that is the weather. And the weather in Wichita, Kansas is not supposed to look very well or the best tomorrow. So there is a possibility that tomorrow could be postponed or canceled. More of a postponement more than anything else, depending on what the weather is. But Northern Colorado Bears, Wichita State, are scheduled to play a 7-inning doubleheader tomorrow and then a day game on Sunday to wrap up this 4-game weekend series. So regarding tomorrow, if we will be having a game recap highlight reel on the channel, I do not know. We will have to wait and just see how the weather comes in to play and affects tomorrow's game. But it is on the schedule that game 2 and 3 will be tomorrow. 7-inning doubleheader between the Northern Colorado Bears and Wichita State, guys. The only question is if we end up even having one of the 2 games tomorrow. Will Northern Colorado be able to bounce back from a very tough loss and possibly walk away with at least one win on Valentine's Day tomorrow? Again, we will have to wait and see. We may be able to get the doubleheader in. We may only be able to get one in. We may only be able to get a few innings of each game in. Who knows? We may have no doubleheader baseball tomorrow on Valentine's Day because of the weather. But as of right now, even though the weather is scheduled to not be the best, we are set for a 7-inning doubleheader tomorrow between Northern Colorado and Wichita State. Biggest question is, after a rough game on a Valentine's Day Eve, will the Northern Colorado Bears be able to bounce back tomorrow, or will Wichita State be able to keep on the momentum on a marvelous domination win on their home opener and opening day? Of course, guys, tomorrow is not just Valentine's Day. It is pure chaotic in college baseball, guys. But the weather is not looking the best at Wichita State. So we will find out if we even have a game or even get at least one game in of a doubleheader tomorrow. If somehow we are able to get only one game in tomorrow, I'm assuming that we will get a 7-inning doubleheader on Sunday to wrap up the 4-game weekend series. So hopefully, despite bad weather tomorrow, we can get both games in. That would be marvelous and lovely and just pure magical, but we will have to wait and see. But again, guys, on a Valentine's Day Eve and a Friday afternoon in Wichita, Wichita State hits 4 long balls. Yes, 4 home runs, and they win their home opener against the Northern Colorado Bears. Again, the final score 11-4 in favor of Wichita State, guys. But the weather, in Wichita was great today, despite a little overcast, guys. According to ESPN broadcasters, it is supposed to suck tomorrow. So will we get the doubleheader in tomorrow? That's the biggest question. As of right now, we are scheduled for a 7-inning doubleheader tomorrow in Wichita, Kansas. But the question is, will we have that doubleheader? We will have to just wait and find out and see.